Hello, this is Jess. Week 12 football picks for the win. And here we go. We're off. We're going to start with today. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. 3 games today. The first one, Vikings and the Lions. I feel that this will be no problem for the Vikings. I think that the Lions are, again, in for a rude awakening. They may have beat the Vikings back in week 4, but this is a team that's just survived it all, and they're running the shots now. So I look for the Vikings over the Lions. Chargers and the Cowboys. I go with the Cowboys whenever they're not playing the Seattle Seahawks, and they're not. They're playing the Chargers. It's a tough one. Not new and improved, but an improved Chargers team, and it's going to be a tough game for the Cowboys. But I think that Dak Prescott can get control of this. He's got a lot of good weapons, and we have some decent backup running backs. So forget about Elliott right now, and let's focus on our run game with Morris. I think that the Cowboys can pull it off. It's a pretty important game for them, so we're going with it. Cowboys over the Chargers. Giants and Redskins. Giants just won their second game last week against a pretty tough team. So I'm going with their momentum, and I'm also going with the fact that there are a lot of depth injuries in the Redskins side. It's a short break between games for them, and so I think that the Giants are going to be able to pull that off. Browns and the Bengals. I think that it's going to be a AJ Green show. The Browns, are going to be 0-10. Bengals still fighting for a position, maybe a wild card. Who knows? If they win, they'll go from there. But I picked the Bengals. Panthers and the Jets. Thanksgiving is an upset. Thanksgiving weekend, I guess, is an upset weekend for my predictions. And this would be one of them. I think the Jets are going to defeat the Panthers. I just think that. I think that they're still got a chance of it's still possible for them if they can win this game to show that they might be able to get a shot at the wild card. It's up in the air, but the divisions are all messed up, and it's really mathematically, except for maybe the Browns, I think it's mathematically possible for every other team in the league to have a shot at a wild card. Now, after this week, it'll be a lot less, but I picked the Jets. Titans and the Colts. I've gone with the Titans most of this year. They've let me down a few times, but I am picking them again over the Colts. I think that they'll have a good day, and I think that the Titans will pull that one off. The Buccaneers and the Falcons. The Falcons are giving it a go. I think they're a better team than the Tampa Bay, but it's just one of those years for the Falcons. If Matt Ryan can get it together and start using those weapons that he has downfield, I think that they'll take care of the Buccaneers. Dolphins and the Patriots. Again, this is my upset week. I think the Dolphins are going to beat the Patriots. It's time for things to settle in, and these teams that have a last chance shot. This is a tough game for the Dolphins, but I think they're going to pull it off against the Patriots. The Bears and the Eagles. This is another one. I think the Bears defense is going to come in, and I think that they're going to slow that Carson Wentz offense. I think this is going to be a challenging game for the Eagles. I can't give you statistically why I think that, but again, this is the upset weekend for me, and I'm going with the Bears over the Eagles. The Bills and the Chiefs. I'm going with the Bills. I just think that the Chiefs have got the air kicked out of them. They started off good and strong, but they've sort of had a slide these last few games, and the Bills are just the Bills, and I think that they have a lot of talent, and I think that they going back to Tyrod Taylor, and I see the Bills winning that one. Seahawks and 49ers. I'm just going to say good luck to the 49ers because the Seahawks are going to whip you. Even with all of the defensive changes going on in the Seahawks organization, I still feel that they have the ability to make it strong into the playoffs. And this is going to be a trying game for them to prove that. Even though the 49ers have a pretty dismal record, I do think that they're a halfway decent team. But I do pick the Seahawks. Broncos and Raiders, just because they're going against the Broncos, I just can't see them winning. They're changing offensive coordinators. The Broncos are changing quarterbacks. The Raiders, it's a must-win for them to stay in the playoff hunt. Not sure if they'll make the playoffs, but to stay in the hunt, they're going to have to beat the Broncos, and I think they will. Saints and the Rams, I think that Rams are going to have an awakening. I think they're going to stifle the Saints. I just feel like the Rams are a pretty, good team. The Saints are no slouch. They've won 8 in a row. It's not an easy pick, but I give the home field advantage to the Rams. I think that the Rams are going to pull it off. I think Gurley's going to have a great run game against that Saint defense. We'll see how they hold up after it's over, but I pick the Rams. The Jaguars and the Cardinals. Jaguars continue to impress on that defense. I think they're coming around with their offense. I think they're finding out they got a few good weapons down the field, Marquise Lee and Inman. I think they got the juggernaut on the offense, running back, Fournette. And Bortles can be good, so I look for the Jaguars to defeat the Cardinals. Packers and the Steelers, again, this is an upset. I think that Packers are going to beat the Steelers. I think, like I said, I think it's going to make all the divisions a lot more in a competitive state with this defeat, but I think the Packers are going to beat the Steelers. Texans and the Ravens. Ravens are tied with the Jaguars on defense takeaways. I believe it's 23. But I think that you have some serious threats on the offensive side, even with losing their rookie quarterback and changing their season. I think that Hopkins is still getting his, and I think that the Texans are going to defeat the Ravens. So that's my picks for Week 12. Happy Thanksgiving again. I'm looking forward to these games starting up here anytime. That's why I had to hurry up and get this in. I would like to add, I make a video on the side chat sessions, and I made one, and I said what I was thankful for. But anyway, I want to go ahead and say that I'm thankful for my immediate family, my daughter Erica, my daughter Alex, and my son Scott. And the families, my grandkids, Roxy and Aiden, and also Daniel, and with Erica, that kind of thing. There's a situation there, but Daniel's still part of our family. Happy Thanksgiving, love you guys. Wasn't no slight on you when I made the other video and said what I was thankful for. Of course, I guess maybe I took it for granted. Y'all know this. But this is a football video, so I'm going to keep it short on that. But you guys, I love you. And looking forward to a little while everybody showing up. My son Scott, I wish he could be here, but he has plans with his girlfriend there in San Antonio, and their family's coming in. So love you guys, and happy Thanksgiving. And again, go Seattle. Have a great Thanksgiving.